Okay, x is approaching infinity. This is kind of a silly question, but I'd like you to answer it instead of me. Raise your hand if you know why there's no sense even trying to do anything with the blue idea. It's kind of a trick, silly question, but I'm just curious if you can explain why I'm going to ignore the blue completely. Like x is approaching infinity, so my normal reaction would be to do something with the blue, but why is that pointless? There's just no, it's just pointless. Lily?
I'm not. Is it because you can't really factor?
2 points, but no worries. Will?
Because you're not adding anything.
There's nothing to add. There's nothing to compare because nothing is being added. Like the blue statement is look at two things that are adding, figure out which one is dominant. When you have nothing adding, there's nothing to compare. 2 for Will. So I can't do that. I can't factor and divide because there's nothing to factor. So you're left with simply thinking about what's happening. So raise your hand, please. As x gets increasingly positive, what will happen to the top? Hands up. What will happen to the top as x gets increasingly positive, Jane?
Isn't it gonna go like a slope, kind of like a, I don't know how to explain it properly. Exponential slope?
All we really care for this class is, will the top get bigger? Will it get more negative?
It'll get bigger.
Will it get close to a number?
Will it get bigger?
Gets bigger. How many knew? Point, 2 for Jane. The top gets bigger. Like this, watch. Here's the top. 2, 8, 15. I don't know, it's growing. Okay, the bottom. What happens to the bottom? Hands up. What happens to the bottom? There we go. Ask me.
It grows exponentially large.
The bottom also grows. How many knew? Point, 2 for Aspen. But it grows much, much faster. It's like a race. They're racing to infinity. They're both going to end up, yeah, Buzz Lightyear. They're both going to end, there's no way to end up at infinity, that's the problem. But they just keep growing, but the bottom grows so much faster that these fractions end up looking like, I don't know how to say it, they're just unbelievably, look, you get things like this happening, don't leave. Is the size of the fraction getting bigger and bigger and bigger? Is it getting smaller and smaller and smaller? It's getting closer and closer to 0. So this limit is 0, so we have a right half horizontal asymptote of 0. We have no left half anything, because that function involves natural log. So you're done. Good job, you guys. The limit is 0, the right half horizontal asymptote is 0. There is nothing on the left. Good job, you guys. The bottom gets like. Good. The key to this class is you just have to talk about it until it makes sense. Are you okay? Like these aren't the right ones. I just are you okay that the top's just going to get bigger? So is the bottom. But the bottom's way bigger than the bottom.
You actually can't transfer.
So which fraction is like this one? That's why he's going this one is actually larger.
You're gonna learn about why.
It's all about the ratio between the top and the bottom. Because the top is not growing very much. The bottom is growing enormously. You're actually getting fractions that are closer and closer to zero.
Do you think I learned graph? I learned thank you. Last year.
Well, that's an interesting way to think about it. I never thought of that. How did you say it? I ripped off the bottom of the page. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Is this Ethan?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. I've never heard that. In fact, I can't picture what he's saying. So you and I are on the same page. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. We'll have to- Okay. Get that. You're good? Good job. Then the top is. It's It's
Someone that
something that sometimes helps. Do you have a calculator? Do you have one? I'd like to do more in this class, but I've run out of time. Do this real quick, step. So do you have an 84? Do you have 84? Is this like you need to rent one. And if you can't afford to rent one, talk to me and I'll help you. But you don't want to use this. It'll make it a lot harder for you. So go, right away, pay $20 to the finance office. Go to the library, get a calculator, do a lot of
Okay, I know, it's just good.
Yeah, it actually works, but it's just going to be a lot harder. And again, if the $20 is a hardship, just tell me and I'll help you. Just making sure. So go here, white equal, or just type that in. Over in the wrong over here, so you gotta go. You gotta change to. Right here, go to forward with function. Yes, I should go second. So see how it says quit. That hit white equal. Now type that, delta x. And slash my e raised to the x. There, so second. There we go. And then just go second quit.
Look who's already here.
I was gonna look at numbers.
Yeah, Ryan's down the corner. So, don't act surprised. He passed us.
Yeah, do
Ryan,
grab it window.
I'm going down to the commons.
No, you cannot be that cold, bro.
Back, go on the commons. So walk in the hall.
I'm sure exactly.
That's it. Bro, I didn't get 21.
The only one I don't get 13.
I don't get you.
I get serious right now.
Sense
It's like 20. You have to use both.
The values are quite negative.
Is that eventually?
Okay, how do you do 12?
Zero. You keep going.
So you use straight X and then use
You have
Oh, that's right. You're just like
you have a regular word.
Hey, got it published.